Chapter 37. Captive Secrets. Kate, Darian, and Gabe split into a three-person team, heading away from Todd and the rest of their group, leaving them behind them as they pursued the white United Nations buses. Their interest piqued by the unsettling sight of these vehicles, now exploited by the Chinese to transport civilians from the heart of St. Louis. They were determined to uncover the sinister motives behind this operation. They wound their way through what once were vibrant neighborhoods, now hauntingly silent and ravaged, a testament to the destruction that had gripped the city. A constant reminder of the plight of those who had been forced away, their fates uncertain. For over a day they maneuvered through crumbling structures and deserted streets, their eyes perpetually fixated on the path the white buses traveled. They relied on their instincts and skills to blend into the shadows, to become one with the chaos around them. Their journey was a persistent push towards the south. An opportunity to progress further came unexpectedly, the result of a swift and silent encounter with two Chinese soldiers. The confrontation was inevitable, a collision of opposing forces driven by conflicting objectives. With calculated precision, Kate and Darian overcame their adversaries, the silence of their actions preserving their concealment. The soldiers fell, their breath stilled, their gaze forever fixed on the world they left behind. Quickly, they procured the fallen soldier's vehicle, a newfound resource in their ongoing pursuit. This acquisition propelled them deeper into the enigma, bringing them closer to unraveling the mysteries concealed within the journey of the white buses and the civilians they carried. Donning the uniforms of the fallen soldiers, Kate, Darian, and Gabe concealed themselves within the vehicle as they awaited their quarry. Each passing second felt like an eternity, their senses heightened, the only sound the rhythmic thumping of their hearts mingling with the distant hum of devastation. The waiting game was grueling, a test of patience. The stakes were high, the necessity to maintain the guise of the enemy paramount to their clandestine mission. Their eyes scanned the horizon continuously, searching for the white of the United Nations bus. Finally, after what seemed like an interminable wait, a white bus came into view, winding its way southward. The trio exchanged swift, determined glances before starting the vehicle. The engine's hum stood as a precursor to the revelation they sought. With calculated discretion, they trailed the bus, maintaining a safe distance to avoid arousing suspicion. The journey was fraught with uncertainty, every turn a potential to expose their true identities as they delved deeper into the unknown. "Aren't we too close?" Darian inquired from the back seat. "We're good. They'll just think we're part of their convoy, especially since we're not making any aggressive moves," Kate replied, maintaining a comfortable distance from the bus. Gabe quipped with a smirk, "Relax, kiddo. Don't make me stop this war and come back there." The light-hearted jest brought a brief moment of levity to the tense atmosphere. Surveying their surroundings, Darian commented, "Seems like an endless stretch of hills and woods. Where could they be taking them?" As another bus passed them, heading in the opposite direction, they approached a looming gate ahead. "We might be close to finding out," Kate remarked. "Keep your weapons down but ready. Our best shot is to blend in and follow this bus straight through." As the bus crept its way through the entrance, Kate edged closer, narrowing the gap to minimize chances of being scrutinized by the sentries. Their tactics succeeded, and they trailed behind the bus into a bustling enclosure. Inside, scores of people were engaged in fortifying the boundaries of a colossal installation nestled within the encircling hills. "So, now we know," Gabe muttered, adjusting a cloth to obscure his distinctly non-Chinese complexion. He equipped himself with tinted goggles and donned tactical gloves to blend in seamlessly. Kate mirrored his actions to maintain her disguise and instructed Darian, "Stay put. We'll attract less attention in pairs, plus you're not really dressed for the occasion." Nodding in acquiescence, Darian settled deeper into the back seat, remaining vigilant as Kate and Gabe disembarked from the vehicle. Keeping their movements synchronized with the other soldiers, Kate and Gabe surveyed the external barriers of the compound unhindered. "Breaking through these defenses would require heavy artillery," Gabe observed quietly. "Let's find out what they're guarding so intensely," Kate responded, and they shifted their focus towards the internal structures, blending seamlessly with the other patrolling soldiers. As they entered the sprawling underground complex, the vastness and intricate design held them momentarily in awe. This place, buzzing with high-ranking officials and strategic maps, was unmistakably the nerve center for the Chinese offensive on St. Louis. Suddenly, a sleek black limousine emerging from the highway system piqued Gabe's attention. Without missing a beat, they stationed themselves strategically, appearing to stand guard while positioning themselves within earshot of the Chinese battle HQ. They maintained their facade of indifferent guards as the limousine pulled up to the designated area, its polished exterior a stark contrast to the military ambience. From the rear of the vehicle, a man emerged, his attire speaking of authority and sophisticated taste, significantly distinct from the uniformity surrounding him. With a distinct accent piercing through the air, Eckhard relayed his findings. "General, our missing transport. It seems we have saboteurs within. Dispatch men on equipment to Z Division down the Oklahoma shaft immediately. It appears some trucks may still be operational, but it seems their personnel are no longer a concern," Eckhard reported, his words carrying the unmistakable tones of a German accent. A vein of tension could be felt in the air as General Haidong posed his query. "How?" Eckhard's response, tinged with irritation, flew back rapidly. "Lead truck blown up, others crashed into it, people burned unsuffocated. Does he really need more than that?" Kate and Gabe, concealed in their borrowed roles, absorbed every piece of information, every undercurrent in the unfolding interaction with sharp, discreet scrutiny. Swiftly, Haidong relayed orders in Mandarin, and personnel hustled to various sectors of the complex, readying themselves to execute the instructed tasks. With a nod, indicating his contentment that his directives were in motion, Eckhard queried, "Where do we stand within the fight, General?" "Well," Haidong began, his demeanor filled with contemplation, "most of our lines are maintaining. We've suffered significant losses in artillery and personnel, but we've reinforced those positions with troops from here and enlisted civilians to fortify the defensive perimeter. The loss of multiple planes and helicopters to ground-fired weapons has been a setback, yet we still command the skies," General Haidong informed, his tone strategic assessment and cautious optimism. Eckhard, familiar with the tendency of generals to portray situations with undue optimism when reporting to superiors, absorbed the information, recalibrating the data in his mind. "General, I sincerely hope you do not succumb to the same fate as your predecessors. Now, summon reinforcements from the southern divisions and repel them." The air around General Haidong tensed. His demeanor shifted instantly as he began to report. "Sir, establishing communications with the Southern Command has proved elusive." Eckhard's anger was fiery and immediate as his fist impacted forcefully upon the large central desk, sending every object on it shifting and startling the nearby personnel. Eckhard's anger was fiery and immediate as his fist impacted forcefully upon the large central desk, sending every object on it shifting and startling the nearby personnel. "Und ist only now choose to inform me." His voice was a taut string of barely restrained rage. General Haidong, now visibly unnerved and feeling the volatility of his standing, especially after Eckhard's veiled threat, responded, "Sir, it's a recent development." Following Kate's subtle signal, the duo began to inconspicuously move away from the area, hoping to distance themselves from the escalating tension between the two commanding officers. Eckhard's voice, however, still carried through the vast expanse of the command center, filled with anger and impatience. "The moment this occurred, I should have been made aware. Hand me the satellite phone jets," he ordered. The urgency in his tone was unmistakable, and the surrounding officers scrambled to fulfill his command. With quick, efficient motions, Eckhard scrolled through his digital pad, his fingers dancing over the screen to find the information he needed, before starting to dial his satellite phone. His voice bore no room for any sort of greetings as it brimmed with authority and frustration. "What the hell is happening there?" he demanded, pacing amidst the hustle of the HQ, eyes sweeping over the extensive facility. "Val, retake it!" he asserted sharply, absorbing the response from the other end. A response, evidently, that was far from satisfactory, causing Eckhart's features to twist in annoyance. "Sie are a formidable military force, and Sie are telling me Sie can't subdue a few goddamn cowboys? Secure that sector!" he bellowed before ending the call abruptly. It was then that something unusual drew his gaze. "You two?" Eckhart's voice echoed, but it was now somewhat calmer. Kate and Gabe, caught in the call, stopped in their tracks. "Damn it, maybe it's nothing. Let's go back, but stay alert," Kate cautioned. Turning around, the threat of panic sought to take them over. "I'm ready, but there's no way we can fight our way out. The exit is too far, and beyond it. It's just more of them," Gabe muttered quietly, as they reluctantly retraced their steps back to the place they wished to avoid. Kate and Gabe, standing merely feet away from the bustling throng of personnel, maintained their silence, hoping for a favorable outcome. But the realization soon struck that fortune was not on their side. "So, wo might Sie be?" Eckhart interrogated, causing surprise to flicker across the general's features. Their eyes met through the barriers of their masks, choosing silence over revelation. "It is evident Sie are not the original wearers of those uniforms, so disclose Sie identities. While appearances can be altered, it is the rare individual who can modify their walk. Und Sie-Gate reveals a lineage distinctively non-Asian," asserted Eckhart, confidence lacing his voice as surrounding personnel directed their firearms towards them. Gradually, their hands lifted, each clutching their weaponry in a non-threatening manner. Soldiers promptly disarmed and constrained them. The removal of their helmets and masks laid bare the truth of their facades. With a dismissive gesture, Eckhart declared, "Irrelevant. Time is a luxury I cannot afford. Imprison them." "Shit," Kate mumbled,